out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All righty, we're back with you. Hope everybody's doing good out there. We got Packy back with us. How are you?
I'm good.
How was the CNC convention? I know you've been up there.
It was good. It was real. You mean the DNC?
No, the CNC.
What's the CNC?
The Communist.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, it was good. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, good deal.
Saw Pat up there. Hung out.
Hey, Pat.
Hey,
we drank some Bud Light together.
I just think y'all's show is amazing, man. I was looking this morning on CNN, no mention whatsoever of RFK, none of that whatsoever, none of it. And then on your show, nothing. All y'all had to criticize is the fact that Trump and Kemp have mended fences, and your little tweet over here, it says, "Oh, I reckon that he wrote that. Somebody wrote that for him to speak." Do you think Kamala Harris has all that people to write her speeches and stuff?
Sure.
Yeah.
And what was this story about? We didn't mention RFK. That was our lead story.
I was sitting there listening this morning, and all I heard was some lady out in North Carolina spending everybody's taxpayers' money, and then the next thing.
No. Our lead story on the first show.
Oh, ain't nobody listening to that. Barely people listen to the second show. You know, the second show is where you need to bring all the stuff in because everybody starts tuning in for our show.
I got you.
Gotcha.
Well, that's a good hint.
How do you argue with Harry? Honestly, how do you argue with ignorance?
Well, I appear on this show, don't I?
Well, we got the same problem, man. Oh, Lord. Arguing with ignorance.
I thought it was a good show. He promoted the Kamala Harris website there towards the end.
Oh,
so
yeah.
If anybody would like to know more about her campaign, please visit KamalaHarris.com.
Hey,
It's like, dude.
I don't
Oh,
sound
and by
like
the way,
that.
Orange Man bad.
Oh, yeah, that's your voice, Pat. That's your voice. We got the AI. You know how the AI works. He's got my voice. They got yours.
I know how AI works.
Yeah.
That's not me.
Yeah, they got my voice. Now they got your voice.
Hey, I can't help it. It's what the news is, you know? I got to report the news.
There you go. What are y'all doing now?
I'm just trying to get our little talk box thing here working.
Oh, is it working? Here we go.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, every time we mention AI.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Packy, how are you?
I'm doing well, man. Have you ever been to Maine? That's where I went. I went to Maine. We stayed in a little town called Lemoyne.
Yeah,
Maine,
we've been there.
And we went to Bar Harbor, and we went to Acadia National Park and whale watching. And
that ain't that
you
where
you go to Kennebunkport?
Did not go there. No, did not
ain't
go
that
there.
where Bush lives up?
We saw some cool houses, man. Like seriously, there's some really, really cool houses up there.
Yeah, a lot of Democrats. What are you doing?
You'd be surprised, actually. It is a blue state, but you'd be surprised. It's a big hunting state.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and there's quite a few Trump signs up there, believe it or not.
Yeah, I got one in my yard. First time I ever put a political sign in my yard, but I got one in my yard.
You didn't have a Stephen Phillips for commissioner?
No, I didn't
sign
do
in
that.
your yard, or
I'm going to next time though. Yeah. What are you laughing about, Pat?
I just think that's funny.
Why are you laughing, Pat?
I'm kind of envisioning you being commissioner.
How come?
And well, you want to be? You know, you're talking about running.
I don't want to be, but somebody needs to be.
What would that look like? And every time I get the picture, I kind of chuckle.
Yeah. He who laughs last the loudest, however it goes. Anyway.
you nailed it, man.
I got it. Always do, man.
However it goes. Yeah. That'll be your proclamation. Right at the end, it'll say in the proclamation, and however it goes.
Yeah, however it goes. But anyway, well, let's jump to a break. We got a lot to talk about. We got RFK coming in here. I think that's a game changer myself, and a lot of stuff going on with that. And his sister's mad about it. And the funny thing, I watched the interview with her. She sounds just like him. She's got the same speech problem.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. She's got that same.
It's called a Boston accent, Stephen.
No, you know how he's kind of gruff voice, you know?
I bet if he took one sip of water, it'd fix it, probably.
You think so?
Yeah, probably.
I'm thinking moonshine. Yeah, probably. But anyway. Hey, we want to thank More Insurance Services for bringing you the show today. And they got some 5 locations. Give them a call. Let them give you a quote. Won't take just a minute. We'll be right back.
Our mountain roads are busier than ever, which has led to more accidents. Unfortunately, insurance companies are not in the business of being fair. They're in the business of making money. I'm Daniel Duello, and I know because I used to train insurance adjusters on exactly how to do this. Now the Duello Law Firm in North Georgia works to ensure that you're treated fairly. For a free consultation, find us at duellolaw.com. That's DUELLO law.com.
Nothing shines brighter under the Friday night lights than a brand new Ford, and no better place to buy than Jackie Jones Ford in Hayesville. Take advantage of models in stock and on the lot at Jackie Jones Ford in Hayesville. From the moment you walk into the showroom, you'll know our commitment to customer service is second to none. Jackie Jones Ford of Hayesville, 1493 Highway 64 West, 828-389-6325, and online at jjfordhayesville.com.
Whether you need a cart to ride around the campground, a neighborhood cruiser, or a utility vehicle for the yard, North Georgia Golf Carts has you covered. Our family-owned company of almost 20 years offers a full-service department for all major brands, a complete line of parts and accessories, pickup and delivery service, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff. North Georgia Golf Carts.
Georgia and Georgia MLS, allowing extra exposure to agents working with buyers. We are easy to find on the shores of Lake Chattooga in downtown Hiawassee at 325 North Main Street and at mountainrealty.com.
So your vehicle is stuck in your garage because of a broken garage door or operator? Maybe you want to replace that ugly garage door. Or if you're building a new garage, then call Appalachian Garage Doors in Blairsville on the Murphy Highway. Owners, builders, and contractors. Go to agaragedoors.com to see what we're up to. Service after the sale, and the service is really fast. Find us on Facebook or the web, agaragedoors.com, or just search Appalachian Garage Doors and let's get started.
S&S Smoothies and Supplements is hard at work every day, offering over 30 smoothie flavors to choose from, thousands of supplements, healthy snacks, quality CBD products, and more. This month, take 25% off these great supplements: Life Extension Gamma E, Goli Nutrition Superfruit Gummies, Trace Minerals, Apple Cider Vinegar Packs, and Life Extension Essential Youth. And ask about our Supercharged Smoothie of the Month. S&S Smoothies and Supplements in the Merchants Walk in Blairsville. Smoothies, supplements, and a whole lot more.
The Morning Dish. At the beginning of a new week, people see things differently, like why they're locked into their monster insurance carrier and paying higher premiums than their next door neighbor. If that's you, you need to speak with More Insurance Services, an independent agency in Hayesville, Blairsville, and Hiawassee.
All righty, we're back with you. Hope everybody's doing good. Pat Malone, you're a big Kamala Harris supporter. Tell us, when is she going to do an interview, a live interview, without any help of all the stuff that she's got to read off of?
Well, let's set the record straight to start off with. I'm not voting for Kamala Harris.
Oh, he said Lamar Paris. I heard him say Lamar. Did you hear him say that?
You know that rhymes.
I heard it.
That actually rhymes.
See, Stephen and I like Lamar. I don't know what Pat's.
I don't know what his problem is. I do. I really do.
She's doing the basement campaign, right? It worked last time.
I guess you're right, but I think with this, what's your take on the? Oh, we already got comments already coming up on the screen. But what's your take on the RFK deal? Now we got RFK Jr. give a heck of a speech. I don't know if did you watch any of that?
I did. So I wonder why people were voting for him. And I think the majority of people that supported him didn't like either of the other two candidates. So I wonder if he will bring any votes to Donald Trump.
Well, they're saying, now I don't know how true this is, they're saying 62% of his voters will vote for Trump. 62% is what they're...
Okay, so he was polling at what, 3%?
Well, now on his speech, he was saying 20%.
62%.
Right. Huh? He said on his polls, he was showing 20% on the polls that they actually done. Of course, during the speech.
The inside polls, they're their own polls, right?
Right.
Yeah, well, those are always never never accurate.
I think when if you take into account the fact that he's taking his name off of the ballot in swing states, I think that's a game changer. I think personally.
I do think that's important, but I don't know how many votes that. I just don't have a real good feel for the number of votes.
Well, now here's the thing on your
vote.
vote. You're saying his polls are ha ha, but laughing. But you've got to realize exactly what he said when he was talking about coming out of the race. How CNN and all the people were trying to bury him. So that stuff is not accurate. And I actually, they're doing him the same way they are Trump, trying to bury all of his stuff. So I mean, all the polls that you're getting out of that party and that government-run facility like CNN and all MSNBC and all that ain't accurate either. That cannot be true.
I agree.
Remember the polls with Hillary and Trump?
I've said a number of times the only accurate poll is the one that's done on Election Day.
Right.
What do you think about the whole having him in the cabinet?
I think it's a great idea, and the fact that Trump has said that he would actually open up the stuff with his daddy and his uncle and let him release all the documents that are sealed, I think that's going to be something huge.
What could they possibly have in there that could be an interest of national security? That that wouldn't just wreck the government, really. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
honestly, I mean, I'd like to know. I mean, what if it turns out that the Democratic Party was behind all this?
Why would the Democratic Party be behind it?
Well, why would they not be?
No. You're making the claim that they could be behind us. Why? What would
okay,
be
who
the
was the
reason
boss? Was
they
it
would
Johnson that
want
took
to
over?
Assassinate their own president?
Because I think they wanted Johnson in as the president where they could control him. But that's just a theory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Why would they not?
I think it's a wacky theory.
I know it, but
from my perspective.
Like our T-shirt says, conspiracy theories proven weekly. So
okay,
I'd like to know.
But your big thing is to go back. What would that be? 60 plus years,
right?
To find out something. That's the whole reason that Kennedy. People don't care about that anymore, Stephen.
Well,
you think Kennedy
I don't
does?
think.
I think if your father or your family was murdered and you just got pushed back and weird answers and all that for 60 years, like you're saying, I think eventually you'd get tired of it. And I think you'd say, like, I want real answers and I want people to be held accountable for murdering my father.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy.
But
I don't know.
how many voters are in his family?
What? How do you know that?
I agree with you. Their family probably does want to know. I suspect that the family does know.
I think
anyway.
way more people want to know. I think I think you, Pat, are just content with just not knowing. You're just content with just not caring and just like going along with whatever the government's told you for 70 years. Like it's just whatever. I'll just go along with the status quo. Like a lot of people want to know if their government's murdering people. I don't know.
I would too. I mean, honestly, I think there's
wait
more
a
people
minute,
interested in
Of
knowing
course,
what
the
you
government
say.
is murdering people.
What?
There's that's not a question. The government is murdering people. Of course they are.
Their own
like
people,
who?
Like Americans.
Like American citizens?
Like all of those people that they've assassinated.
No.
Like who? Name one.
Well, like all the people with the jab.
Bin Laden.
Bin Laden was an American citizen. We're talking about American citizens.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't name right offhand, but I'm sure we've done that.
Okay. Do you think it's important that we know maybe why and who we did, or does it just not matter to you? Is that the proper role of government?
What would you do
Pat?
with that information? What would you do with that?
What
would be the value
I think voters
of knowing
would
that?
change their tune. They would be
here's-
way more suspicious of
Oh,
the government
yeah.
than they already are, and they already don't know how much more
I
they
think
can.
it would be a validation for those people who believe in the conspiracy theory that the government did it to Kennedy. Okay, I think that's why, and I think that is a real small percentage of the voters.
I think you're wrong. I think a lot of people are people are really suspicious of the government already, and I think that yes, it would make a lot more people suspicious of the government, which is a good thing, people should be suspicious of the government, both Republicans and Democrats.
Well, I mean, especially when they seal all this stuff where you don't know.
That's like the most American thing you can do. I mean, that's why we revolted. That's why we had a revolution.
And you're talking about, they're killing American citizens.
Well, wait a minute. Why did we have the revolution?
Because of a tyrannical government and taxes.
Okay. All right.
And you're talking about.
So you think the government is tyrannical?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you don't, which is why you are British and why I am not British.
Okay, good for you.
British Pat.
And the government has killed many, many, many
You're
American
Irish,
citizens.
Pat. You think about what they did to the Irish, man. What did the British do? I mean, why are we any different than now than we were then? Why are we we're not any more sophisticated now, Pat. We're just as evil.
Government's always been evil. Government's always.
So why do you go along with everything they tell you?
You should try to make it as good as you can by calling out evil and exposing it.
It is the reason that Jimmy Carter failed as a president, because he was too good of an individual.
And that's why we want to know why JFK was shot, because he might have been good. I don't agree with everything that he said, but he was probably trying to do a lot of stuff that they didn't like, and they killed him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going back to what we want to know.
And you're talking about the government killing American citizens.
How about the mob did it?
Well, the same thing. The mob's in cahoots with the government.
Yeah, that was true. That is absolutely true.
And they're in cahoots with the people running drugs across the border now, too.
What about Joan Rivers? Pat?
I don't know what about Joan Rivers.
The government killed her, man.
Oh.
For exposing Michael Obama. They killed her.
All right.
That's more conspiracy theory, but it's coming to light now. Everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
But back to RFK though. Why are you a fan of RFK though? What policies did RFK have? I have several that I like, but I think he's a flaming liberal, and I don't.
He
like
did, and he agreed with some with Trump, and he disagreed some with Trump. He's all about the Green Deal and all that nonsense, I feel like. But one of the things that really hit me, and this is something we talked about a couple of weeks ago or last week, and Pat's like, "Oh, that's crazy," and I said, the food that we eat is affecting us, and our kids are being affected about it. They're reaching how do you say it?
Puberty.
Thank you. Earlier.
Endocrine disruptors and a lot of our.
And then Pat says, "Are you kidding? They feed these, and by the time we get the food, it's okay." And you remember that argument, right, Pat?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, RFK in his speech went on for probably 10 minutes talking about all of the stuff that they're putting in our food and how it's affecting our kids and our people, and how we are one of the most unhealthiest states in the world, countries in the world. And I agree with that. I think he's right about that. Did you listen to that part, Pat?
That's the reason why our life expectancy is the longest in the world, because we're one of the unhealthiest. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying the reason our life expectancy.
I mean, 1950, our life expectancy was 66 years.
Okay, but Pat, that is
78.
a skewed statistic. I've looked into this, and one of the things that makes that skewed is that does take into account infant deaths.
But let's go back to that just a minute, Pat.
We have less.
You're going
to exclude some deaths from life expectancy?
No, I'm saying that if you put into account the infant deaths, it brings it down. Because we have more technology now to keep infants alive.
Wait a minute. Let me make this point right here. Okay, our lives are 89 years old. It's whatever you're saying. We got longer life. But here's the problem. We're having to take more drugs, and the kids are having to take more drugs to live longer, because of all this stuff that they're feeding us where you're sick. So what they do, they get you sick to where you get you on this medication and keep you on that medication that costs us thousands and thousands of dollars, where they can actually make money through the drug cartel, I'm going to say. So, yeah, your life expectancy may be longer, but
manufacturers and the pharmaceutical companies are in cahoots?
According to what RFK said.
Well, there's one of the reasons I wouldn't support him.
So did you watch the interview, that lady that he talked about that's been working with him that did the thing with Tucker Carlson? They actually did like a 2-hour interview with Tucker Carlson where she's talking about all this kind of stuff. And she's actually
was it on Cat Turd? Because I probably didn't watch it.
See, here's the thing, Pat. I mean, come on. You need to open up a little bit and look other than CNN. This is an issue, and I swear, I agree with him, and I've thought about it. Packy, do you think that I'm crazy?
Okay, but here I have a very serious problem with RFK. I don't think Trump should put him in a cabinet because he's a liberal. We don't need any more bad decisions. Trump doesn't need to put any more bad cabinet members in his cabinet like he did the first time, Jeff Sessions and all those morons that he put in there. Keep the liberal Democrats out of the cabinet. And I do agree with a lot of the stuff that he says, make America healthy again. There's no reason why we should have red 40 in food. We should not have dyes that are known carcinogens in our food.
Well,
but RFK needs to quit preaching about saving our children when he is for late-term abortion.
Right, I'm with you on that.
Don't be hypocritical.
Right, but if he puts him on that administration or on that whatever they're going to call it, that actually investigates all the stuff that's going into our food, do you think that would be a bad move?
I think yes, because I think the FDA regulates things like abortion pills and stuff like that. And I think he should keep them the heck away from that stuff.
Right.
Now, if he wanted to have them on some commission or advisory
that's what I'm saying.
board,
it's a commission.
If it's a commission or advisory board on maybe exposing government secrets or something like that, absolutely, sure, he'd be
that's where he's going.
At that. But as far as FDA, I'd keep him the heck away from that stuff.
See, I think that's where he's going. He's going to expose all the stuff, and they're actually talking about how the cigarette companies and all that have bought up all these companies that actually control your food. And
so wait a minute. My scorecard is running out of space. So Elon Musk is on this commission to flush out government waste, right?
Yeah.
He's going to make the government more efficient. And now we got Bobby Kennedy Jr.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be on what commission? The Healthy Food Commission?
There you go. Let's call it the Healthy Food Commission.
Okay, let's have more commissions. That a government commission is how we made a camel.
Well, here we go.
They were told to make a horse, and they ended up making a commission.
I think it's an octopus, and they told them to make a fish, wasn't it? Wasn't it a fish, and they come up with an octopus? But what they're going to do is, okay, so you got Elon Musk in there, and he's going to get rid of all the nonsense stuff that we really don't need, but the stuff that we need, monitoring, truly monitoring our food sources and all the
wait a minute,
stuff they put in it.
Musk can't go over into Kennedy's area. Kennedy's got food. Musk has got dollars.
I think the point is, though, like Pat, you've always said that he's a divisive person, and you've always said Trump is very divisive in the things that he says, and I think that he has shown that he is able to unify some of the most unexpected people, and you may call them crazy nut jobs or whatever, but he has so many groups behind him. I mean, and people are always racist, but he has the highest black vote support of any Republican ever. It's like sounds like
at what percent?
Well, let's see. McCain had 3?
Less than 30.
I know, but that's irrelevant. I said he's got the highest of any Republican.
Okay. I mean, Republicans normally draw like 10%.
McCain, I think, had 3. I think McCain had 3.
Yeah.
But you liked McCain, didn't you?
McCain wasn't really a Republican.
That's why you liked him.
That's why you liked him, right?
Yeah, I didn't like him.
No, but I agree with you. He wasn't. He wasn't at all.
He wasn't.
I don't know. It just, what's the value? I guess that's my pragmatism coming forward. But
you're not a pragmatist. You're not a pragmatist.
No.
You're not at all.
No.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
But I mean, there are obviously
I'll
issues.
figure a different word. Well, wait a minute. That's my communists coming forward.
Well, what we could do is we could get, like, when Elon goes in there, he could get rid of the woke agenda bunch. We get rid of all that, and then we could replace it with the good food.
Collapsing on itself.
I know that, but I'm just saying we're spending thousands.
It's so stupid. Companies are backing away from it.
Well, I reckon, according to what I understand, they're trying to Kamala Harris and them is pushing NASA to go woke. Now they're wanting to put NASA, so that's what we need. We need dudes with high heel shoes flying spaceships. NASA's already woke. They contracted with Boeing, and look what that got. Yeah. Woke games with NASA. That's what they're doing. So that's according to scientists. Of course, you can't believe scientists either. And we're coming to find out you can't believe scientists because they're in the back pocket of all the big money. So
whoever funds the studies, right?
That's exactly
So
where
let's
we're
see.
at.
So we can't get people home now in 2024, but we did a great job in the 60s getting people up there and brought them back with a
No
big
problem.
old with a notepad, a paper, and that's highly believable there, Pat. Highly believable.
At three times the cost.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh boy, Pat.
Makes sense, buddy.
You've been hanging around Harry way too long.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I should just capitulate and agree with everything that you say.
So you don't think the RFK deal is going to make any difference in the election whatsoever?
I do not.
So why
I
do you
do
say
not.
that? Why do you say that?
Because I don't see him as a player. He wasn't commanding a big percentage of the, he says he's commanding 20% of the thing. If he was 20%, that would have been the greatest third party initiative ever, and he would have stayed in the race.
But I'm kind of with you on that. All right. But you have got CNN and all the government run newscasts just don't even bring him up, trying to kick him off the ballot everywhere he goes, won't let him involved in anything like that. I mean,
you can't win if you're not on the ballot, Pat.
Yeah, I mean, come
you
on.
can't win if they won't let you on the ballot.
I would venture to say that I look at more news sources than you have ever looked at.
I would totally, between you and Steven, I would absolutely disagree with that.
What do you mean between
Depends
me
on no, I would say that Steven, you have looked at tons more news sources because you look at independent journalists.
Well, I stay on Cat Turd all the time, man. I'm with Cat Turd.
You also look at DC Drano. Come on, man.
I do.
You got two. Pat, see, but Pat,
just
you
the
don't look
names
at
alone
different.
Disqualify them
You
from
don't
being
look
a reasonable news source.
You don't look at different news sources, though. That's what you don't understand. You look at 50 that are all saying the exact same thing. It's amazing how they have the same lines. They all say the same thing over and over and over.
Well, you got CNN right here. I brought up CNN this morning. Politics, went to politics, and you have nothing about the deal with Kennedy. Nothing whatsoever. The headlines up here: Trump's personal attacks aren't just who he is; they're his strategy. They're saying J.D. Vance gets pressed about Trump's national abortion ban. I mean, this is where we're at.
Aren't those like current news stories, Stephen?
What Kamala Harris must do to win? I mean, here we go. I mean, we got nothing on here about.
Dude, they shot
Whoa,
him. They
wait a
shot
minute.
Trump,
When
and they
did-
talked about it
when
for like
did
2
Kennedy-
days.
When did Kennedy happen?
When did it happen?
Yeah, when did it happen?
Over the weekend.
It happened Friday.
Okay.
So are we reporting news stories on Monday that happened on Friday as like breaking news?
Well,
and
all of my
that kind of
conservative people are still got it up and talking about it. So that's my take on it. Yeah, I think it's pretty important. But like I say,
we know what your take is.
All right. Well, okay. So Harris announced that she's going to be president. How long did they carry that over? On the news there, boss? They're still talking.
Can I
about
say one thing really fast? Go back to this. Pat, I've heard you say more things about how RFK is crazy and he should not be anywhere near, like he should be not on committees and you don't support him. I've heard you say so much more about him than I have ever said about Rachel Levine, who is a transgender fatty who's in charge of your health. Like RFK, I mean, he's a dude. He believes in being healthy. He's like muscular. He's like lifting weights.
Look at her, and they know that she's crazy.
But I know, you've given him way harder of a time than you have about the fatty who's running those.
Because he purports to be a national leader.
Well, that one
he
purports to be a dude
leader.
or a woman or whatever.
So which one would you rather have, the
but
crazy or him?
What's the impact? I mean, all you need to do is listen to her speak one time. And you
don't even have to listen to her speak, man.
Off.
You can read the book by the cover on that one, man. Like I'm not listening to you.
Yeah,
like I'm not listening to a fat person tell me how to be healthy. You know what I mean? Like RFK's out there running miles and lifting weights, and like he's married to Cheryl Hines. He's like whatever, man. He's killing it. Whatever. Like I'll listen to what he has to say about health, but I'm not listening to a. Never mind.
I don't know. Listen to.
I don't know. I'm like. I don't know what to
listen to. There are words to describe that.
Okay,
right?
Pat, put her out there, Peggy. just say what you're talking
I'm
about.
done, man.
Hey, we got some comments on the teletype machine. We'll read them when we come back. We'll open the phone lines up. Y'all want to weigh in on this? 706-379-9770. If you called in the last few days, don't call in. We'd like to hear some new information out there from new listeners. So that being said, we want to thank More Insurance Services. Call them, let them give you a quote, and we'll be right back.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Now you can find More Insurance in Blairsville on Highway 515 across the street from the Home Depot. Call 706-745-2139 for a fast and accurate quote.
Constantly challenging ourselves as a college means more learning opportunities, better teaching, more innovative programs, greener facilities, a stronger community, and happier students. Every choice we've made reinforces our mission to help educate, inspire, and empower you. Young Harris College. This is the place where your future unfolds.
Young Harris Water Sports and RV, now offering new RVs and boats from top brands like Grand Design, Rockwood, Cedar Creek, Godfrey Pontoons, Hurricane Deck Boats, Monterey Bowriders, Robalo Center Consoles, and more. Now offering a closeout sale on all 2023 boats and RVs. Young Harris Water Sports and RV has the largest service center and parts and accessories selection in the area, so there's no reason to leave the mountains. Young Harris Water Sports and RV, located at 3676 Highway 76, or online at yhmarineandrv.com. Let's go!
Today is National Do Something Delicious for Yourself Day. Actually, I just made that up, but you really can't forget to celebrate you. So McDonald's is making it easier to give yourself a little pat on the back. Right now, treat yourself to any size soft drink or Southern-style sweet tea for just $1. Only available in the McDonald's app. It's like giving yourself a high five while also holding a nice cold drink. There are drinks, then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid through 12/31/24. Participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Must opt into rewards.
Warmer weather is coming, and that means you've got 50 places to go. And you're still in love with the truck that will get you there. So spring forward with accessories from Rose Auto in Blairsville.
Rose Auto.
Bed covers, towing systems, steps. Rose Auto has what you need to do it right. Just up from 515 on the Murphy Highway. Rose is the only way to get your ride to a ball game, a fishing trip, or an overnight camping trip.
Rose Auto.
Type in Rose Auto Accessories on Facebook. We're next to Mike's Seafood.
Blue Ridge Mountain EMC recently completed fiber optics internet construction in a large area of Union County. Members on Town Creek School Road, Richard Russell Scenic Highway, Liberty Church Road, Arkaquah Road, Track Rock Gap Road, Stevens Road, Bald Mountain Creek Road, Jacks Gap, Fane Branch, Crump Creek, Low Gap, and Old Sullivan Road are now able to get fiber optics internet service through Blue Ridge Mountain EMC. Get the mountain's fastest and most reliable internet service now. Visit brmemc.com/union for more information.
The Morning Dish. You can't blame Stephen Phillips for your business insurance going up 25% this year, but you can still do something about it. Business owners, you need to talk business with More Insurance Services, your mountain insurance agency in Hayesville, Blairsville, and Hiawassee.
All righty, we're back with you. Hope everybody's doing good. We got Packy in here with us. We're glad to have him back and back home and safe. He went up, hung out with all the Democrats up north. But what we got on the teletype machine there, Puddin'?
Ronnie Maxwell says, I watched Kennedy's conciliatory speech. He was gracious in stepping aside and handled it well. He fought a good fight against mainstream media and the states who tried to keep him off the ballots.
And Pat laughs. Go ahead and laugh, Pat.
I'm not laughing at that.
Okay.
That's a reasonable comment.
What else we got?
Jay Bailey says, Trump 2024. And Ronnie Maxwell says, good morning, everyone, and welcome back, Packy. You deserve some rest and relaxation. Like Stephen, you are one of the hardest working men in show business.
Okay, now we're all going to laugh.
Yeah. So it's what they call me, old hard worker. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, boy. Well, Ronnie, you got him pegged. I mean,
all
you got him.
live long day, man.
Oh, Lord. I don't know, but RFK actually, in some of the interviews he's done since then, he's talked about how there's going to be more Democrats actually come out and support Trump.
We'll see who that is. I'm interested to see who he's talking about.
I wonder who he's talking about because he's talking about more Democrats coming out and which is a big deal. Of course, we got Republicans for Harris, and I'm anxious to see all them because we know they're actually not Republicans, right? I mean, that'd be like letting the cat out of the bag. Oh, look who's supporting Harris. So far, how many we got Republicans that we know of that supporting Harris? We got the one dude out of Georgia that we knew he was a Democrat.
Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan.
Yeah. So
We
there's
also
one.
got Adam Kinzinger, is it?
There's another one. So now, what are your take on this? I mean, I know there's probably some still bad blood there between Kemp and Trump, but seems like they're trying to mend the fence long enough to get the vote done. What's your take on this?
Well, as far as consistency, Kemp has been consistent in everything he's done in terms of saying he's going to support the ticket.
Right.
So I give him props for having principles. I think Trump finally came to the realization he wasn't going to win Georgia if he kept bad-mouthing Kemp.
Right.
He needed to bridge that. I don't know how long that's going to last. The next time he has a change of heart, he's going to tell us how bad Kemp is. So I hope it lasts until after the election, but I don't think it will.
Right. Well, that's one thing you can say about Trump. He gets mad at you. He's done with you. Which is, like you, it's not good.
Unless you can help him.
Right, there you go. Well, that's the same thing.
And
when it comes to
he's not mad at you anymore.
I still think he is. Yep. Yeah, I still think he is. Hey, here's something I thought was pretty good. The Taliban.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you saying that post that he put on Truth Social was not true, not accurate?
Yeah, it's accurate.
But you think he's still mad at him?
Oh, yeah.
So why did he do the post?
These we're trying to win Georgia. I really think that. I think they sat down and talked a little bit.
All he cares about is winning.
No, he cares about our country, and the only way we're going to do that is win. That's what I think.
Okay.
But here's something that we can get behind: the Taliban. We all support the Taliban, right? Because we've given them all that money and guns and stuff like that, so we support them. They actually banned women's voices and their bare faces from public in a new restrictive law. So they're not able to speak or read or sing or anything in public, and they must cover their faces. How about that for a free country?
That can't be true, Stephen, because they promised us when we surrendered Afghanistan to them, they promised us that they would continue the freedoms for women that had been established.
Oh, well, it's probably not true.
So that can't be true.
Is that fake news?
They promised President Biden.
Well, I'm wrong then. They didn't ban them, I don't guess. Why do they hate women so bad over there?
I have no idea. I'm not an Afghani or.
I don't know either.
It really isn't the Afghans alone that dislike women. It's what is it? Is it Muslims?
I guess it's Muslims.
Yeah.
Well, if I was a woman over there, I would switch over and I'd become a man. They can do that now, right?
Not over there.
If you were a woman over there, they'd require you to wear a veil over your face.
I would change. I'm a dude now, man. I'm a dude.
Yeah,
I'm a dude. Just like they do over here. Yeah, I'm a dude.
And, the more I think about it, they got something going there. If you were over there, you wouldn't be allowed to speak in public, and I'd like that.
No, would you really? Then the truth would be silent. The truth would be silent.
I think it's awful. It's so degrading and horrible and mean. But now the driving thing, I can understand the driving.
Keep off the road.
Yeah.
Keep off the road. I reckon we got a new statue honoring civil rights hero U.S. Congressman John Lewis unveiled Saturday outside of Atlanta, replacing the Confederate monument that had stood there for more than a century. So who did they replace with him? John Lewis.
Who did they replace?
Yeah, they had a state.
It was not an individual. It was just a Confederate soldier. It was a Confederate monument.
Okay. Well, they put John Lewis on there now.
And it was in Decatur, and I'm surprised, as liberal as Decatur is, that it took that long.
So what did he do anyway? What did John Lewis do anyway that was so got him a statue down there?
He got his butt beat on the Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama.
Was that what it was? Now, is this the
Bloody
same one?
Sunday. That was his big introduction to the world.
Right.
And out of that, he became a congressman.
Yeah, we got to get him out of there. I don't care how bad he is whooped. We need to get him out of Congress.
Hey. He died a couple of years ago. Don't worry.
Good, he's gone. See, I don't keep up with all that.
I know.
How was he? He was a Democrat, though, wasn't
he? Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah. He was a Democrat in the vein of AOC and that Omar woman up in Minnesota. And he was that kind of Democrat. Radical.
Radical. Is it?
Does she have to cover her face here?
She needs to, don't she?
No, does she? Does
she
have
wears
to cover
one of them
her face and...
do-rags.
No, but she wants all the other women to here.
Does she? Don't she wear a do-rag?
And does she wear
That's
what?
called a hijab.
A do-rag. Don't she wear a do-rag?
No.
I thought she wore a do-rag.
I don't think so.
I'm thinking the wrong ones. One of them up there that wears a do-rag all the time. I don't know which one it is. Is it time to, what time is it?
Yes, it's time to take a break.
Can we give away something today?
Sure, let's give away some free pizza. Got a whole new fresh stack of pizzas.
Ooh, man, Papa's Pizza to go. We got a whole stack of them. You got us a question?
I got a great question for this morning.
All right. We got any more things coming across the teletype machine? Nothing.
Pat, do you want to announce the Kamala Harris website again real quick before we go on break or anything, or are you good?
I'm good.
Okay.
All right, we're going to be right back, folks. We want to thank More Insurance Services. We're fixing to give away some Papa's Pizza to go. 3 locations to better serve you. They got great pizza, and they got fantastic wings. So we'll be right back with your chance to win.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Now you can find More Insurance in Blairsville on Highway 515 across the street from the Home Depot. Call 706-745-2139 for a fast and accurate quote.
Union General Hospital in Blairsville has made it very easy for expecting mothers to celebrate the beginning of life right here at home. Moms, there's no need to drive out of the area when our state-of-the-art labor and delivery department is perfect for that big day. Let Union General Hospital help you welcome your precious bundle of joy into the world. Call 706-745-2111. Only at your community caregiver for more than 60 years. Union General in Blairsville, where dreams are delivered.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, Em, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path, because when you talk, they hear you.
Brought to you by the Union County Community Prevention Alliance Work Group.
You lay on it. You jump off it. You set sail from it. Your dock makes you happy. And Shores & More in Blairsville wants to make sure it brings you happiness for years. Search Shores & More on the internet to learn about new aluminum construction, boat lifts, jet ski ports, and more. Shores & More makes dock owning even better on Notley, Chatoog, and Blue Ridge. Yes, docks improve value, but they're also a ton of fun. So let's get started with Shores & More on the Murphy Highway.
Appliances, mattresses, televisions, all in one easy-to-shop experience. If you haven't been to Harvey Jackson in Blairsville, then you aren't saving the money you should be saving on washers, dryers, fridges, dishwashers, and more. Name brand mattresses like Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Carrington Chase. Harvey Jackson on Highway 76 also handles appliance parts and can repair and install your new purchase. Buy it now, get it home quickly with Harvey Jackson. Quality and service with every purchase at Harvey Jackson in Blairsville.
Warmer weather is coming, and that means you've got 50 places to go. And you're still in love with the truck that will get you there. So spring forward with accessories from Rose Auto in Blairsville.
Rose Auto.
Bed covers, towing systems, steps. Rose Auto has what you need to do it right. Just up from 515 on the Murphy Highway. Rose is the only way to get your ride to a ball game, a fishing trip, or an overnight camping trip.
Rose Auto.
Type in Rose Auto Accessories on Facebook. We're next to Mike's Seafood.
The Morning Dish. Unlike the telephone company, you've got choices in the mountains for auto insurance. And when you deal with an independent agent, you've got even more. And choices mean savings. Speak with a local neighbor at More Insurance Services.
All righty, we're back with you. We got the question of the day. The phone number is 706-379-9770. If you wanted your chance to win a Papa's Pizza to go, give us a call and answer this question. What we got?
The question is, and listen carefully, what is the only country that borders the United Kingdom?
Ask it one more time.
What is the only country that borders the United Kingdom?
All right, give us a call, 706-379-9770. Answer that question to win. FBI investigating maggot contamination at the DNC breakfast. I reckon there were a bunch of maggots there at the DNC breakfast, and so the FBI is investigating that. That's a big task for them there.
What delegates were they?
I have no idea, but they said after breakfast all the maggots went back up to their rooms, so I don't know. We need the FBI to investigate this? Are you serious? Is that where we're at now? Oh, we need the FBI. There's maggots in the... Come on, man.
Like, no, they said MAGAs.
Oh,
MAGAs, not maggots.
Who we got, Puddin'?
We got Dave this morning.
Super Dave, what's going on?
A whole lot. This morning, a lot of fog.
Yeah, I know that's right. You up early, ain't you?
Yeah.
You working or what are you doing?
No, I'm retired, but the problem is I got up at 3:30 every morning to go to work, so it still works that way.
I know how that is. We're going to feed you some pizza today if you can tell us. What's the question, Pat?
What's the only country that borders the United Kingdom?
Scotland?
Nope.
Nope.
No, I know the other one then. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, man. It's not Scotland. Phone lines are still open, 706-379-9770. Give us a call. What's the only country to border Scotland?
No. What's the only country that borders the United Kingdom? And by the way, Scotland is part of the United Kingdom.
Oh, is it? Well, then it borders it then, don't it? Wouldn't it? That'd be like sort of a... Who we got, Puddin'? Oh, he's waving his hand. Don't you think it's amazing how...
What did you just say?
I said, don't you think it's amazing how Harris has reintroduced herself as this wonderful person for America, and all that she's been for is washed away?
I can't believe that she's talking about fixing everything, and she was part of the problem. I mean, she caused it, and now she's going to fix it.
Why doesn't she help fix it now? Why doesn't she tell Joe Biden to do? I mean, hey, do this, and they have all these great ideas, and Joe Biden's up there. She's gonna fix it. Like, how about you fix it, moron?
Who we got, Puddin'?
Yeah, we got Michael this morning.
Good morning, Michael.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. You at work?
Oh, I am.
Are you Republican or Democrat?
Oh, I'm a Republican all the way. Trump.
Oh, look at
I'm on the
that.
Trump train.
There you go. Answer the question.
It's got to be Ireland.
Ireland.
You are correct.
Thank you very much. Can you believe a MAGA Republican actually knew the answer to that? Can you imagine?
He paid attention. He knows what the United Kingdom is.
Do you know who he's voting for, Pat?
He just said he was voting for Trump, right?
Who you voting for, Pat?
I am maintaining the sanctity of the secrecy of the voting booth.
What are you doing today, man? You working hard? What are you into?
Well, I have a detail business, so I'm washing cars.
Oh, that'd be good. Where do you wash cars at?
Right here in Blairsville, Georgia.
Well, there you go. What's the name of your company?
Finish Line Auto Detailing.
There you go. Auto detailing. So there you go. All right, man. Well, you're going to be eating pizza today. We appreciate you calling in.
All right.
I've got it up here at the station for you, buddy. Swing by and pick it up.
Yeah.
All right.
right. Thank y'all so much.
All right. Yes, they've rebranded her. It's funny how they can rebrand her. But when is there going to actually be a live interview with her? I've seen 2 or 3 where they actually ask her about the economy, and she's like, "Well, the economy is very important, and it's something that's very dear to us. And the economy, it affects everybody, and it's very high on our list. And with inflation, and so next question. I mean, that's kind of where we're at with that. Do you think there's going to be any interviews at all, or do you think they're going to keep her in the dark?
I do not. I don't think she's going to give a straight-up interview like that.
Is she
press conference?
She the first president ever to be nominated that has never been elected?
Most presidents, unless they're running for their second term, have been nominated, have never been elected.
No, I'm talking about she wasn't elected by the DNC or any of the people. None of her.
He certainly was elected by the DNC.
Pat,
weren't you paying attention to the convention?
In 2020, she got 0 votes from the delegates.
Right.
Everybody hated her when they had their primaries. That's what people were referring to. She never won a primary,
and they never voted her.
And in a clean election, she would not have won. She was installed.
They changed their rules.
I know they changed their rules.
It's the party. They're allowed. They make the rules, and they're allowed to change them.
Mm-hmm. We can make up democracy as we
I
go.
know one thing. I ain't never playing poker with you, man. I'm never playing poker with Pat Malone because I know I'm gonna be like, I got a royal flush. Oh, in this game, that don't win.
I don't know how to play poker. You want
to
play?
A pair of 2s, that's what wins. A pair of 2s beats a full house every time.
Would you teach me how to play poker?
Yeah, I'll teach you.
I've never played before.
Oh, I'll teach you. No problem. Yeah, I'll teach you. Yeah. We changed the rules. Who you got on tomorrow, Pat?
That sounds like oh, boy, you're going to love it. We got Harry's favorite candidate, Attorney General Josh Stein, candidate for governor of North Carolina.
And he's a Democrat, right?
He is a flaming Democrat.
I will be there early. Are you going to ask any questions?
Oh, he's not coming in here.
Are you going to ask any good questions or at all? I mean, you going to ask anything to put him on the spot?
I might.
I mean, come on,
You'll
man.
have to tune in. You'll have to tune in tomorrow to find out.
Who's running against him? I forget.
Mark Robinson.
When is he on?
We can't get him to come to Western Carolina because there's so many Republicans here. He doesn't need to spend any time with us.
So I want you to ask him what would be a good question to ask him.
What would be a good question?
Yeah. Do you support Kamala Harris?
Well, that would be a good question.
Yeah.
And why? Why do you think that Biden did such a terrific job as president?
Can Stephen and I give you one question each?
Yes.
Please?
Yes. I'll text it to you.
Pat,
You can send it to me. Yes.
All righty, folks. Tomorrow, tune in to the Mountain Mornings because me and Packy's going to send a question to Pat Malone to ask this, what's his name?
Josh Stein.
Josh Stein. And we're going to see if Pat's got enough gonads to ask the question. Inquiring minds want to know.
Well, look at here. Guess who's number 1 in the Nielsen ratings again?